let's take a few minutes to make sure your experience with patchwork kicks is creative and safe as possible. First, the plastic bag containing your kit can be a suffocation hazard to small children or pets. Make sure to store or dispose of various plastic bags properly. Plastic bags are not toys. Patchwork kicks are for light personal use only. They are not intended for high performance, athletic, or outdoor use. Improper fit or construction may cause discomfort, blisters, or tripping hazards. Test your shoes indoors on non-slip surfaces before wearing outside. Patchwork Kicks is not responsible for any injuries, damages, or losses resulting from the use or misuse of this product. Next, the screw punch is used to make the eyelet holes in the sneaker wrap. The circular end is a blade. Be careful not to touch the end with your finger. The blade is sharp and can cut you. Also, be careful not to cut yourself when switching between the different sizes of circular blades. When the screw punch is not being used, it is recommended to cover the tip and store the tool out of reach of children and others that can injure themselves or others with the screw punch. The screw punch will create small circular holes or indentions on whatever surface you are cutting against. This means you can easily damage a table or other furniture if it is on the receiving end of the screw punch. Do not use the screw punch on top of furniture, countertops, or other surfaces that may be damaged. Additionally, using the screw punch against concrete or brick may dull or ruin the tip. It is recommended to use the punch against a piece of wood or an old mat and not against your good cutting mat. Lastly, do not use a hammer, similar tool, or excessive force on the screw punch. The screw punch should be able to cut through the fabric and foam using just steady downward pressure from your hand. You, the user, are responsible for the safe usage of the screw punch. Misuse may cause injury and/or damage. The sewing awl is used to push the wax thread through the sneaker sole. Be very careful to watch where you are pushing through and to make sure that your hand is not in the path of the awl. You do not want to push the awl into your finger, hand, or wrist. The tip of the sewing awl is extremely sharp and it can easily puncture your skin. Be careful not to touch the end with your finger. Always keep the sewing awl pointed away from you. Whenever the sewing awl is not in use, the tip should be covered with the supplied rubber tubing. The sewing awl should always be stored securely when not in use and should be kept out of the reach of children and others that can harm themselves. In case of a puncture wound, seek medical attention promptly. The needle may transfer dirt, oil, or other contaminants into the skin. You, the user, are responsible for the safe usage of the sewing awl. Misuse can cause injury and/or damage. The eyelet setting tool is used to join the front and back of an eyelet together. You will use a hammer with the eyelet setting tools. You will need to tap or hit the eyelet setting tool, but you do not need to strike the tool with excessive force. You do not want the hammer to slip and hit your hand or fingers. Additionally, do not hold the eyelet setting tool in such a way that your skin, finger, or other appendage could get pinched between the eyelet tool base and the top. If you are uncomfortable using a hammer with the eyelet setting tool, seek assistance. You, the user, are responsible for the safe usage of the eyelet setting tool. Misuse may cause injury and/or damage. Thanks for taking the time to review this safety video. If you have any other questions, you can review our frequently asked questions on our website or join our Facebook community. We hope that you'll enjoy making your own patchwork kicks, safely, of course.